Welcome back into Daybreak. It is Friday, which means it's time for Mike Davidson, the auto guy of Parkway Automotive, to come in and take your car-related questions. He's always kind of casual. Today, he's really casual because he's in lake mode today.
That's right. Yeah, we're headed to the lake. Once a year, we have a lake day for our team, and we just close the shop and take them. And just a way for me to appreciate what they do the rest of the year.
That's nice.
Have some good competitive, fun games for the guys, and have a great time.
So the shop is closed today.
Shop is closed today. The email's closed today. The phone calls are closed today,
okay.
Except for here.
Except for here. This is the only place you're going to get Mike Davidson, unless you're on the lake. Yeah. All right, let's get to Alton, who is in El Dorado. Hi, Alton.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Alton.
I'm trying to maximize my miles per gallon on a 99 Suburban. I've changed out my oxygen sensor units, and I'm trying to figure out what is, which way to go from there.
Okay, one, I would go and look at a K and N. That's the letter K, like Kelly, and N like Nancy. A K and N air filter usually increases fuel mileage. Also, usually helps you with a little bit of horsepower too. You can get that. And just clean air in is what's real important for. And that was a great move in doing the O2 sensors, even though it may not necessarily have caused the check engine light to come on. He said it was a 99, 10 years old. Oxygen sensors are a good component to replace because that really does help with fuel mileage because it monitors that. The other thing is if it's been more than 3 years since the thermostat's been replaced, that also impacts fuel mileage in today's cars. So there's your couple of good tips.
Good tips. So K&N, you've talked about that before.
Yeah, they're
that
great air filters and help with fuel mileage and horsepower.
Okay, good deal. Thank you, Alton. Wilbert in Pine Bluff has a question. Hey, Wilbert.
Good morning. How you all doing?
We're doing good.
I know everybody's trying to trade their cash for clunkers, but I'm going to keep mine.
Good for you.
I have a 96. You said your son had a 96 Explorer, right?
Yeah, that's his is a 99. Yeah.
99. Okay. I had a lot of squeaking in the front. I don't know if it's the ball joints or what have you, but can you grease those or do you have to replace those?
Yeah, that's a great question because years ago, when you went in and had a service done, you had a lube, oil, and filter service, and the lube idea was a part where a guy got a lube gun and there were what are called grease zerts on different fittings on the front end of a car and on the drive line, and you put this lubricant in there, and most cars today don't have that. But surprisingly enough, a lot of the replacement parts, so let's say we replace the ball joints on your car, they'll have a grease fitting on there so that you can keep it lubricated. So to answer your question, yeah, you could have lube fittings, but you may not if they're still the original ones. They may not have a place to lube. So yeah, you just got to get under there and look.
Okay, cars just don't need that anymore?
Well, they just designed them where they last longer and they seal them up and they keep them that way rather than having a regular lube. Because part of the problem is a guy would go in there with his grease gun and he would put in too much grease and he would blow the cups off of the ball joints or tie rods and stuff, and then that would shorten their life. And
doesn't sound good.
You know, it all just goes back to training and knowledge of the guy that's got the grease gun in his hand.
That's what it all goes down to.
All right. Yeah, if you have a gun in your hand, you ought to have some training.
That's for sure. Any kind of gun.
Whether it's grease or otherwise.
Let's squeeze in Anita from Pine Bluff. Hi, Anita.
Good morning.
Hi, go ahead.
My question is about mold and mildew that has gotten into my floorboard carpets. I had the air conditioner drain stopped up and it drained back into the floorboard. How do I get rid of the mold and the mildew?
Okay, the carpet's got to come out, and if you'll just pull the pad and replace the pad, you'll get rid of most all of it, okay? Because the carpet can dry out, but the pad won't. You just get rid of it. The pad's really inexpensive as far as the pad itself. Now, having someone put it in there, depending on what they've got to take out to put it in, can be a little more costly. Now, the other thing you should go ahead and do is there's a process used that you can actually clean the ducts inside your car. Everyone's heard of cleaning ducts inside your home. You can also do those inside the car. There's a process. We do it at Parkway. There's probably some other places in town that do it as well, where we actually clean the mold and mildew out of the evaporator and also out of all of the ducts. I've gotten like another 2 or 3 degrees colder air as a result of that.
Kidding.
And it's, you know what clean smells like? Not the fragrant cover-up clean, but really clean. Well, that's what you get when you have, we call it a Frigifresh. I actually call it a no-needle allergy service. You know?
There you go. I like Frigifresh as well.
Yeah, that's
all right. Thanks. Let's put Mike Davidson's information up on the screen, but remember, not today. They are not open today. There's be some remodeling work going on.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to start that today.
Yeah, but so next week, Parkway Automotive, they're on Kirk Road, KATV.com. Of course, we'll link you to Mike's website.
Yep, that's right. And don't forget, you can go to Facebook and just type in keyword for search for Parkway Automotive, and you'll find the progress of Kirk Road actually happening. You'll actually find pictures of people working on the road. I'm not kidding. Well, wait a minute now. Oh, yeah, there's people there.
They're working.
They're working. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
well, good deal. Thanks so much, Mike. Have a good time at the lake with your staff today.
Yeah, we will.
All right, back in a moment. Stay with